How do you look at his Tarak's journey and his evolution as an actor and as a star from Janta Garage to Devara?
That's one special journey with NTR always, because as a writer I enjoy listening the dialogues written by me from his mouth. It's always special working with NTR.
When you are choreographing the duel scenes between, say, for example, Tarak and Saif.
It was no more NTR, it was no more Saif Ali Khan, it was just Devara and Bhaira.
She is the daughter of Sri Devi ji.
Yeah.
She has a very natural big screen presence in terms of commercial actress.
To be very honest, even an actor like NTR was very conscious when he's doing with opposite Janhvi, because the way she preps for the scene and the way she delivers is something else.
What is Saif Ali Khan's most impressive quality as an actor in a word?
He comes like a student.
He's like a breath of fresh air in everything that he does.
True.
How will you define Janhvi Kapoor's Telugu debut?
Much awaited.
What is more challenging, action sequences or emotional scenes with Tarak?
The action in this film is very tough.
Telugu cinema or Bollywood, which is more creatively satisfying for you?
I don't know much about Bollywood. I just know only about cinema, sir.
Junior NTR in RRR or Junior NTR in Devara?
100% Junior NTR. Hello, this is Koratala Siva. You're watching Connect Cine with Faridoon. Stay connected.
Koratala Siva, sir, welcome on Connect Cine.
So thank you. Pleasure is mine.
Congratulations for Devara, first of all. So my first question to you will be,
thank you.
How much of courage does one require to make a full-fledged commercial pot boiler, which is having a theme that is having a social cause?
Sir, we need courage and we need fear also, because as my story, expresses, the core theme of the film is all about fear. For a commercial film, see, I need to set my core theme straight. I need to satisfy the fans.
Right.
And there will be people who just want entertainment. They don't want just the story. They want some highs in the film, irrespective of the story. I need to deviate from the story to give some highs. So, to make everything fall in place, we need a lot of courage and we need a lot of fear also.
So when I spoke to Tarak during the promotions of RRR,
Yeah.
he spoke highly of Janta Garage.
Yes, sir.
How do you look at Tarak's journey and his evolution as an actor and as a star from Janta Garage to Devara?
See, I've known him since a while, because I started my journey as a writer and I wrote a couple of his films also as a writer. And then my first directorial venture with NTR is Janta Garage, because I have my own vision how to show Tarak, show NTR in a way, because he's such a massy hero here. But I just want to, uh, show him in a classy way. At the same time,
Right.
see, I don't want to, leave his fan base. That's one special journey with NTR always, because as a writer I enjoy listening the dialogues written by me from his mouth. He's such an actor which will who can enhance my writing and enhance my vision also. So it's always special working with NTR, and it grew multifolds, so as the journey progressed.
What was your reaction like when you saw people in Chicago and Dallas, in cinema halls in Chicago and Dallas, simply going crazy once the movie was on?
Yeah, right from the first day, so it was altogether different from US and overseas. I don't know why. The way they embraced the film is phenomenal, and the confidence they gave after watching the first show, because it's a massive film, it's a different world, but the way they embraced the film is, the entire team was completely elated, and we entered into celebration mode right away from the overseas talk.
When you approached Tarak with the script, did you have any apprehensions, considering that he's having a phenomenal fan base?
Yeah.
And after RRR, it is expected that he should be having something like maybe bigger and better. And obviously there are those event film elements which are there in the film as well. But did you have any apprehensions, considering his status, the way it has enhanced over the years?
Yeah, not exactly, but I'm always aware, of his image and fan base. But I always, because even I am a fan of him, so I don't have any problem regarding that. I have my own idea how to see him as a fan rather as a director. So right from the idea itself, I'm pretty excited. And even NTR was equally excited about the idea that hero being the fear rather than the courage. So we were pretty excited right from the beginning. So there were not much apprehensions because being a fan, I know how to show him and I know how I can cater to the fans and masses.
Anirudh's music, how crucial is it to the film?
Yeah, I know that he has got that special quality of enhancing the story through his music. And he has got his own cult fan base. Being a director, I should admit this. Once I wrote my scene, I wrote my story, but after the sound, it gave me goosebumps. See, is this my scene? Because of his sound, the scene went to the next level. And the way he traveled through the story, he knows the beat points exactly. He knows where to enhance the emotion. Such a lovely technician. And it was a delight working with Anirudh always.
One very noticeable aspect also is that um, Tarak has lost weight for this film. Even from Triple R, for example, he has lost weight and he's looking younger. He's supposed to look younger, especially in the second
Yeah.
half. What was your brief to Tarak about this?
I wanted him to look very regal in the film, though it's a very uh, uh, s- different world. They should look very rural, but I want him to be because these are the villages on the mountain. You know how the people on a hilly side will be. They look leaner, so I just want him to be that always. Because going on to the sea, they were physically they should be very strong. So this is the brief I gave to him, and he maintained throughout the film. And that too, there are two avatars in the film. So one is Devara, the other is Vara, and there need to be little difference in their look, in their body language, and the way he carried is phenomenal.
So obviously, when you are choreographing the duel scenes between, say, for example, Tarak and Saif and other characters, and obviously you know that in the cinema halls, people will be literally rooting and whistling on these
Yeah.
scenes. What is your mind space like when you're choreographing and shooting these scenes and then editing these scenes? Because they are the money shots.
Yeah. So every shot was designed because it's a different world. They were like monsters in the film, to be very honest. And they have their own, they celebrate Ayuda Puja, they pray to the weapons, they don't pray to any deities. So it's like they're too massy and manly in the film. So I made sure that everyone has got their own body language and they should behave like animals in some scenes. So I briefed them, and luckily they got it. They got that into them, and the way they carried throughout the film, they behaved like that. And it was no more NTR. It was no more Saif Ali Khan. It was just Devara and Bhaira.
So one aspect that I've been talking about in my analysis videos, um, that Janvi, even though she has like a relatively smaller role, but I strongly feel that she is the daughter of Sridevi ji.
Yeah.
She has a very natural big screen
Yeah.
presence in terms of commercial actress. She dances beautifully. She looks really good in those fancy clothes and all those things. Um, but mostly we have seen her in these performance oriented roles
Yeah.
that she has been doing, and she is doing very well in that as well.
Yeah.
But somehow there's a certain audience, there's a bigger audience that likes to see her, that wants, in a way, maybe I think, wants to see her in that big screen of Avatar, especially because she's carrying a certain legacy, and she looks very good in that as well, which I think you managed to do
Yeah.
in this film. What is your advice to Janvi in terms of for her future films?
So obviously she's extremely talented. I always feel that for a commercial film, see, you need to look glamorous and you should play to the gallery. See, generally, in some performance-oriented films, you will be true to the character and you won't play to the gallery. But as we know about Sridevi ma'am, she knows how to capture the audience. When she's looking towards the camera, she can see lakhs of audience behind the camera. With a single expression, she'll play to the gallery and she'll capture everyone's hearts. That's the thing I used to tell Janvi. Just forget about your length of the role, but the impact you need to create. One expression, one close up can, you can just capture everyone. The audience here went berserk by seeing her. A small expression left a strong imprint in South audiences, and I believe even in Hindi audiences, because I thought she's a very commercial heroine. She can dance well. Her expressions are terrific, and even to be very honest, even an actor like NTR was little very conscious when he's doing with opposite Janvi, because the way she preps for the scene and the way she delivers is something else. And as I didn't end the story, there was much more to explore. I think I'm going to explore much more in part two. Janvi has got a phenomenal role.
So what about Devara Part 2?
It's going to be bigger and bloodier, and the characters round off the culmination will make you sit on the edge. Actually, I'm very sure, and I'm very excited for part two. Being a director also, because the story takes a turn in part two. How all the characters culminate, uh, you know, is a joyride in part two.
I wouldn't want to give away the story because the
Yeah,
film is still
yeah, yeah.
running. But what is there in Part 2 for Junior NTR fans, for Tarak fans?
If part one, say, is 10%, it's going to be 100% in part two. See, the way, his character turns and twists, and the way he delivers in part two, some episodes are will give you the high of your lifetime in part two. I can promise that.
And Tarak will do that.
Obviously, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the shooting has started for that, for Part 2.
Not yet, but I have completed two episodes of part two also already. When we're shooting part one, just because of some locations, we completed two major episodes, and I think I'll take off next year for part two.
So recently, this comment that came out from a politician, and the way the entire Telugu film industry, the way they came in solidarity and they tweeted together, be it Tarak, be it Mahesh Babu, be it Nani, be it Allu Arjun, everyone. What does this tell you about um, the solidarity element as far as the Telugu film industry is concerned?
Yeah, to be see, we are living in those times, where you can talk anything. See, you can go overboard, but there should be a line, because I know we are living in the tough times, but everyone should be very conscious about what we are talking, and this is the time to react also. Otherwise, we need policing from our side, so everyone, without any calculations, we need to come out and tell our opinion strongly, what is good and what is bad.
If you can describe Tarak's performance in Devra in one word,
Intense and literally fire.
what is Saif Ali Khan's most impressive quality as an actor in a word?
The homework and his tension before the shoot, because the way, he comes like a student.
Right. No, absolutely, absolutely. He's like a breath of fresh air in everything that he does.
So
How will you define Janhvi Kapoor's Telugu debut in a word?
beautiful and much awaited.
What is more challenging, action sequences or emotional scenes with Tarak?
Action, because the action in this film is very tough. Emotion, he just carries like that.
Quality of Tarak that you believe sets him apart from other actors.
Because he's a very natural.
A film from the Telugu industry that inspired you while you were growing up.
Sagar Sangamam,
The most difficult scene to shoot with Junior NTR in Devra.
romance.
All right. One word to describe the chemistry between Junior NTR and Janhvi Kapoor in Devra.
Lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay. Either or, if you have to choose between the two. Junior NTR in action films or Junior NTR in emotional dramas?
Junior NTR in emotional dramas, always.
Janta Garage or Devra, film which is closer to your heart?
To be very honest, Devra,
Telugu cinema or Bollywood, which is more creatively satisfying for you?
I don't know much about Bollywood. I just know only about cinema, sir. I don't know about Tollywood, Bollywood. I know about cinema. That's it.
Allu Arjun's dance skills or acting skills, which stands out more?
Acting skills,
Big budget productions or character driven narratives, what excites you more?
character driven dramas.
Junior NTR in Triple R or Junior NTR in Devra? Your personal choice.
100% Junior Enter in Devra. No ifs and buts.
Action-packed climax or emotional confrontation, which is harder to shoot?
Emotional confrontation.
Prabhas in commercial cinema or Prabhas in epic dramas? Which do you enjoy more as a viewer?
Prabhas in commercial cinema.
Telugu film industry or Bollywood, which is growing faster in terms of global appeal, according
To
to
be
you?
very honest, I'm a layman in that. I don't know about Bollywood, Tollywood, sir. As I said, I know about cinema. Indian cinema is growing bigger and bigger. Happy for that.
Okay, directing Junior NTR in an action sequence or a dramatic dialogue scene?
I would love to see in a dramatic sequence always. He gives me an orgasm in that.
Okay, and finally, your personal favorite song from Devrasa.
Ayudha Puja, it's terrific. Just it's one of the best songs I have ever shot, and it's one of the best songs in NTR's career as well. As a fan,
Okay, and Sridevi or Jayaprada,
Sridevi always,
dancer that you prefer watching on screen
Sridevi
more?
always, sir,
Sridevi ji, always right.
always.
Sir, thank you very much. Lovely talking to you.
Thank
Congratulations
you, sir.
for Devra and looking forward to part two now. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much, sir.
much, sir. Thank you.